Richard and Little Town on BBC Radio Leeds. 14 minutes after 10 on a Tuesday morning, and you're going to meet someone now who has been on quite a journey over the past few years, both in distance, metaphorically, and in life as well, really, all of them. A childhood of abuse, violent abuse, losing a sibling, to standing on the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro after having a life-saving operation. Carol Higgins from Ackworth near Pontefract certainly hasn't done things by halves in her life, and she's now published her own book to help inspire others. Now, I'm delighted to say she's sat looking at me now. I don't know whether you'll say the same thing, because you've got to look at me, Carol, but thank you very much for coming in to join us this morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Richard. It's lovely to see you.
Now, when I read it out like that, you sort of whisk through and there's so much to take in, but you've had plenty of challenges in your life, Carol. It'd be fair to say that, wouldn't it?
I certainly have, yes. More than my fair share, really.
What's kind of been the biggest obstacle that you've had to overcome in your life so far?
I would say my childhood abuse. That's been the biggest mountain I've ever had to climb, and I'm still on that mountain now. I can't talk much about it, but a police investigation has now been opened since I published my book, and that's my fight for justice, and, you know, I will get there.
So really, in a way, this book has been maybe a catalyst to overcoming something in your life that you haven't quite yet done.
Yes, it's been my voice because of not being heard, and hopefully I can help inspire others to stand up and speak up against abuse as well, and violence, and, you know, hopefully they will believe that they can conquer any adversity that comes across in their lives. You know, we can't help what hand we're dealt in life, but it's how we play it.
And you lost your sister as well, didn't you?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Was that recently?
No, it was 10 years ago, but it feels like it was yesterday, yeah.
And just to crown everything off, you had some bad news about your own health. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, I wrote Conquering the Impossible, Making the Dream Come True, after being inspired by climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. And my book is dedicated to my sister Donna. She had special needs and needed 24/7 care. And friends of mine set up a challenge to climb Mount Kilimanjaro last February to raise money and open a respite centre in Hemsworth for mums and dads who had got children born with severe disabilities. Because this charity was very close to my heart, and I had to raise £3,500 in less than a year to climb the mountain. And just 4 months into fundraising, on my birthday, April 23rd, yes, I was diagnosed with bowel cancer. I never gave up my dream to climb a mountain, kept my goal in sight, and started continued fundraising after my 9 hours of surgery, and then started going to the pool at the gym that I go to, walking in the pool and then pulling myself across and gradually lifting my legs up and swimming. And 8 months later, I stood up on the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro shouting, "Peace to the world, I'm a champion."
Are you cancer free?
They can't let me know, they can't tell me. I turned down chemotherapy. They said it would damage my heart organ, possibly give me another cancer, wipe my immune system out and lose my hair like everything else. And they couldn't guarantee that it would all be gone either. I write about this in my book, or this, you know, that I'm talking about now. But I've just had my test back on Friday, my scans and my bloods, and they've come back positive.
Good.
So that's 2 year clear so far.
Excellent. Well, as you say, the book is called Conquering the Impossible, Making the Dream Come True. I mean, it's not easy to get a book out, is it? I mean, it's not up there with some of the challenges you've just talked about, but I would imagine this was quite a challenge in itself, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and it was about making dreams come true again, another dream come true. I love reading books. I've always scrutinised books when I've read them and thought, wow, it's amazing, how are they able to do that? And, you know, I wanted to tell my story. And then, like I say, coming back, I started writing. I took a diary up the mountain with me. That's the blueprint to the book. And observed every day on my surroundings and the harshness of the mountain. And it started off going through the jungle. And then as we got further up, the extreme weathers came, you know, with the snowing and, you know, winds and, sleeping on the hard mountain every night. And sleeping in your layers and having to drink and eat on demand and sleep on demand. It was very challenging. It was 8 days that we was up there as well. That was quite an expedition to go on, considering that 8 months ago I'd been under the knife and having 9 hours of surgery.
Have you used it as a tool to move on and move away? I don't want to use the phrase take your mind off, because I'm not being but do you know what I mean? That's the wrong phrase, but I'm sort of thinking, was this used as sort of a tool, a mechanism to move you on in life through yourself?
I've been inspired by so many people in my life, and that was so I could tell my journey and inspire others. It has. And also going to college and learning to punctuate with confidence and speak and present with confidence and learn with confidence, that gave me the confidence to write the book. I went to Northern College and I started going there 3 years ago. I'm dyslexic. I got left school with no qualifications. So it was a challenge for me, for myself, to, like every other challenge that I've done. It's there been personal battles and personal goals and personal challenges for myself, and it reassures me that if I can do this, I can do anything. And this is a message I want to tell everybody: if you dream it and believe it, you can achieve it.
Have you even done the artwork?
I've done the artwork, yeah. I painted that. I didn't even know that I could paint, so I went to an art class about 6 years ago, and he told me how to use acrylics. So I painted that. I wrote it myself. I had some help with close friends who helped me proofread it. And then I even self-published it myself, because I did take it to a self-publisher, and they took my personality out of it and kind of stripped a lot of the emotion and passion out of it, and so I had to pull it all back together. And so it's literally done by myself, who's not a professional author or self-publisher, and it's done by my friends as well, who, they want to be, help people to do this.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing just a bit of your story with us. We've kind of dipped our toe into the journey that Carol Higgins has been on. If you would like to read more and find out more about Carol, Conquering the Impossible, Making the Dream Come True is available at amazon.co.uk, and Carol is also on Twitter as well, at Carol Higgins 196.
Yeah.
You going to have a quiet Christmas, Carol?
No, I'm up, fully not, but it's already started off with lots of parties with a bang.
Good,
yeah,
good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you for talking to us this morning, and a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well, and Merry Christmas everybody. Wishing you all well, thank you.
It's BBC Radio Leeds. 20.
Right, so let's get that on disc.
Best to save them though.